or just kind of an emerging market, I guess, in general, was pretty hard. And I mean, you're taking it a step further with digital health too. Understand that one step further. So we started going down to the U.S. ourselves. We tried to find our own intros and that sort of thing. But helping Canadian entrepreneurs get in front of U.S. investors, I think is the best possible thing we can do right now. I've seen the predatory terms before, like the Vancouver Canadian companies, like are the investors. If you take their terms, they're just setting up your cap table for a future failure. So 100% agree, and like our cap table's clean. Luckily, I did a business before, and we took shitty terms, and I knew how to avoid those.
But if you're a new entrepreneur,
and you need the money, and this is how you can get it, and they're a Canadian entrepreneur, why wouldn't I trust them? Canadian investor. It's a huge problem, right? They like there's all sorts of things.
So education is also very important.
Education is important, but also just like get in front of better investors. Right?
Sure. The aspect to that as well, from the investment perspective, I think that opening up the doors to like doing trips down to like all of the Pacific Northwest as an example, like going down and meeting the angel investors in those groups. The angel investors in those groups can get educated on AR, VR, but also what the implications of investing in a Canadian company are. So there's a lot of angel investors or angel investor groups in the U.S. that won't even look at a Canadian company, even though we're right in their sweet spot, because they have a whole bunch of questions about, what are the tax implications in investing in a Canadian company. So I'm in the process of talking with NACO and the new CEO of NACO, and then finding out, do you guys have like an FAQ for US-based investors? I know the Canadian investors are not going to support that. It's completely against Canadian investors. Right? Because they're going to be like, they're going to drive rates up, they're going to drive prices up, and blah, blah, blah. So no... I wouldn't say no. I'd say there's a few people in town that are supportive because they understand how small the Vancouver market is. But this is really something that companies need. Right? And the BC investors, as an example, just got incredible tax benefits. Like they all got double what they previously had. So
I get really uncomfortable with the whole pricing discussion just because it's like, they're driving prices up. That's the market price for the business, right? And I can get that in a different market, then we'll go there instead, right?
But the good news there, like the advantage or a benefit we've had recently too, not only the investors, is that they now EDC accept safes. So safes are something that a Canadian investor before wouldn't want to invest in because it wouldn't get the tax benefit, the EDC, blah, blah, blah. But as of, this last year, now it's there. And that really helps.
Like on these early stage.
It helps us as early stage companies really spend more time on our business as opposed to like these rounds that went dark, I bet I sank 3 months. I wasn't out selling my product. I wasn't, and like the revenue implications of doing that. Like the U.S. investors would spend, they're very respectful with our time. They'll spend 5 hours with us. And if they spend more than that, they're like, they're just like,
if it's a no, it's a no.
They'll tell you right up front. But the Canadian investors will stake 3 hours, 5 days a week for 6 weeks, which is insane.
Ollie, do you have
here? So on the investment front, it's definitely very hard to find investors willing to make a bet on VR as a sort of an entertainment medium outside of games. Because there just aren't any case studies of anybody making any money off that yet. So, I definitely think there are investors out there, and if there was some matchmaking that I was able to leverage to meet the investors that are willing to take a risk on that, I think, that would be great. But so many potential investors that I talk to say, that sounds like something that you should be getting, public money for. You should be getting government grants or,